American voters in what could be a preview of next weekend's trip to Detroit, where Trump will address a predominantly black audience. Joining us now with analysis, the CEO of the Now Network and executive of Trump's Evangelical Advisory Board, Pastor Mark Burns, and the senior pastor of the New Spirit Revival Center and the CEO for the National Diversity Coalition for Trump, Reverend Darrell Scott. Guys, good to see you. I see that you've caused quite a bit of controversy, Pastor Burns, and you had an image you tweeted out of Hillary in blackface when she had changed her cadences. I ain't no ways tired, and you know, she made that. By the way, it's a common thing. I don't understand Al Gore, Hillary Clinton to get before predominantly black audiences in their whole speaking style and cadence and pitch change. And then you talked about her hot sauce comment and her affiliation with Black Lives Matter and F the police. But a lot of people are angry at you tonight. Why would you put her in blackface?
What's really the tragedy is the Clinton family and the Democratic Party not owning up to their failed policies with African Americans. What the real tragedy is the very fact that African Americans across this country are not doing just as well as other families are in this country due to the failed policies of the Democratic Party and not owning up to it.
Do you have any regrets of doing it, or do you stand by it?
Well, I want to say, you know, obviously, I'm a pastor. It is never my intention to offend anyone. So naturally, because so many people are, you know, offended by it, you know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to offend anyone. My job is to bring peace and try to bring people together, not divide it. So for that,
is the broader message, putting aside the controversy, is the broader message that, as we were discussing in the last segment, black Americans have not fared well under Obama's policies, under Hillary's policies? A 58% increase in black Americans on food stamps, 20% increase black Americans not participating in the labor force. Those numbers are dramatic.
Well, the math is real, and we don't want to deal with the math. But what I think is even more troublesome is really this is politically correctness at its highest. The very fact that we are talking about the African American community like we are one great herd of cattle that you can place in the barn. So when you talk to one group of African Americans, you're talking to all of us.
But
when in
Pastor
reality,
Scott,
you know, people say, "What is?"
Let me go to Pastor Scott. Because historically, demographically, in these presidential elections, you know, 90%, sometimes more, of the black community votes Democratic. But the black community has not fared well under the last 8 years' policies of leftism, statism, liberalism, redistribution.
Well, we've been traditionally voting Democrat, once again, out of what I just said, tradition. A number of blacks vote Democrat and don't even ask themselves why. They think, well, I'm a Democrat. And why? Because I'm a Democrat. And they haven't questioned it, but they don't see what the result of the Democratic Party's policies towards black America are. And the Democratic Party takes black Americans for granted. The Democratic Party takes the black vote for granted.
But do you think the use of the race card, which Hillary and Kaine are now doing, do you think it's effective? And if they didn't think it was effective, they wouldn't be doing it every 2 to 4 years, would they?
Well, no, they wouldn't. And they think it's effective because it keeps blacks on the plantation. I call the Democratic Party the plantation. Yes. They keep the blacks on the plantation. You got to realize they're trying to act as if Trump is just now beginning to engage the black community. We engaged with Mr. Trump over a year ago. And last October 2015, over 50 of us met with him in Atlanta. Last December, over 100 pastors met with Donald Trump, and the Democratic Party fueled the outrage. They didn't even know what we were sitting down to talk about. But the Democratic Party fueled the outrage of, you shouldn't talk to him. You should not have any dialogue with him. Now he's going to appear on the Impact Network, which is the largest African-American owned black gospel network in America. He's going to appear on that network, and they're going to have a question and answer with him. And the black community is beginning to get into an uproar again, and the Democrats are behind it.
And do you think Trump can get 20% of the black vote?
He should get 100% of the black vote.
Okay. All right, guys, thank you. When we come back, we need your help. Our question of the day.